The IMF says the U.S. economy is gaining momentum, but one international investor predicts the good news won't last past 2012. Joining us now is Jim Rogers. Jim expects an economic downturn will hit hard in 2013 and 2014. Thank you for joining us, Jim.
I'm delighted to be here, Elizabeth. It makes my day.
Oh, well, that is wonderful to hear. Now, tell me, why are you so bearish on global economic growth in 2013 and 2014?
Well, Elizabeth, the question is, why aren't you? America's had recessions and economic slowdowns every 4 to 6 years since the beginning of the Republic. You can add, by 2013, we're going to have another one. At least we always have. And when it comes next time, it's going to be worse than last time because the debt is so much higher. The 2008 slowdown was worse than the 2002 slowdown because the debt was high. Next time, the debt's going to be up there, and it's going to be much worse.
So tell me then, how do investors protect themselves? Where do they put their money?
Well, investors should only put their money in the things that they know a lot about. I happen to have my money in real resources, natural resources, commodities, call them what you will, and currencies. I have some shorts. I've shorted some stocks. I hope I'm protecting myself. You can ask me in 2018 whether I got it right or not.
Now, you're bullish on agriculture, and I've heard you talk about farms, owning farms. Investors should invest in farmland. Tell me, why farms?
Agriculture is going to be one of the great sectors, professions of the next 30 years. Partly because it's been a horrible disaster for the last 30 years. You're well educated, but I bet nobody you went to school with became a farmer. They all went into broadcasting or finance or, City of London or something like that. Farming is in terrible trouble now. The average age of farmers in America is 58. In Australia, it's 58. In Japan, it's 66. We're running out of farmers. The price of farmland and agricultural products is going to go through the roof. If it doesn't, we're not going to have any food, Elizabeth. No food at any price. So prices are going to go much higher, and farmers are going to be rich.
So tell me, would you invest in grain, rice?
I own them all. I own all the agricultural commodities. I own them. I invest in commodity index because my lawyer won't let me invest in individual commodities anymore because I talk about them and own them and write about them. So I own the Rogers Agricultural Index, which owns all agricultural commodities.
Let's switch to politics. Who is going to win the November election, Romney or Obama, and who will do a better job at taking care of the economy?
I would suspect, if I were a betting man, and I'm not, but if I were, I would bet that Mr. Obama will win. It's very difficult to unseat a sitting president in the United States. The Republicans have only been able to unseat one sitting president in over 100 years now. It's not easy, and Mr. Obama is spending a lot of money and printing a lot of money to make sure he wins. So I would suspect he's going to win. I didn't say I want that. I didn't say it's good for the world or America, but I'm just saying that's what I suspect will happen.
And speaking of printing money, FOMC is this week. What should the Fed do next?
They should all abolish the Fed and resign. That's what they should do. Well, the Fed is making the world much worse and making the United States worse. They've borrowed huge amounts of money. 5 years ago, the Federal Reserve had about $800 billion of government bonds on its balance sheet. Now it has 4 times that of garbage. Somebody's got to pay for that, Elizabeth. All of us who are American citizens and American taxpayers are on the hook for a bunch of people who are not elected, not responsible to anybody, and we've got garbage that we have to pay for now, and they're printing money. This is not good for America. It's not good for the world. It's going to end very badly.
And do you see a schism developing within the Fed?
Oh, I hope so. I hope some of them at least know that that interest rates should be going higher. That we're going to have we already have inflation. We're going to have much worse inflation. What's going on right now, Elizabeth? They're destroying the class of people in America who save and invest. There are a lot of people who save their money, didn't buy 5 houses with no down payments, who hoped that they could someday retire and take care of themselves. They're being destroyed, hopelessly destroyed, because interest rates are zero. Now, when you destroy your savings and investing class, it winds up with serious problems down the road. What they're doing now is rewarding the people who were the spendthrifts, who made serious mistakes at the expense of the savers and the investors. This is not good for America, and it's the Federal Reserve that's doing it. So I hope that there are people in the Federal Reserve who know that they should let the market determine interest rates, and they should stop manipulating the currency, the markets, the interest rates, and everything else.
Okay. Well, we'll have to end it there, but we really appreciate you coming in today.
I am delighted to be here, and I hope we can do it again sometime.
Well, me too. That's a date.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, our thanks to Jim Rogers. I'm Elizabeth Carrazza. This is Reuters.